Hi, this is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of Kitmaker Network and ArmorEmma.com, and welcome to another episode of Turning the Page. Today we have the M48 Patton, also by David Doyle, a visual history of the U.S. Army's mid-20th century battle tank. This is going to be a softcover book, and I'm showing it as it was sent to me in this nice little plastic sleeve. I believe this is how they ship them out direct. You can order these directly off of Ampersand's website, which I'll put a link in the video description as well as on our website. So this is, again, a softcover book, as I just said, and 128 pages. It's going to have a mix of black and white photos, color photos, reference text, captions on the photos, and so forth. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside jacket here. Some nice color photos there from Vietnam era. And then, we didn't get a table of contents on this one. I'm not really quite sure why they did that on the last book. I guess they were figuring, well, we just go right into it. So yeah, here we go. The introduction section obviously includes some reference photos from probably early prototype stages. The precursor of the M48 tanks was the T48, which is seen here. Can anybody tell me what T stands for? Yeah, I bet you can figure it out. So it usually means type, just so you know. I love wargaming with World of Tanks. Several tanks, especially I think the Chinese tanks. It's like type T-34. Yeah, type T-34. So yeah. Anyways, a little bit of a gaming note there. So you can see the photos all include captions, and this is just read one of them as an example. This one says, "Soldiers of the 145th Infantry Regiment catch a ride on an M48 tank as they advance toward the enemy during Exercise Flatbush at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, on 29th April 1954. On the bow of the tank, markings for the 6th Vehicle B Company, 44th Tank Battalion, 82nd Airborne Division. On the turret is number 16 inside a circle." Actually, it looks like number 6, but it says 16 here. That looks like 6 to me. Small typographical error. Yeah, let's move on, shall we? So the, it's going to include some reference photos here, some kind of early period photos and talking about the origins of the tank. And then they go directly into period, mostly period photos, as well as some modern reference photos for inside the vehicle and out. But a lot of period photos here. You can see Vietnam era, continuing on. Basically, you've got 100 and something pages of this, so lots of good detail here. Like in this section, they're covering the back deck. Things you can do in reference photos you can't always do with period photos, because nobody was running around going, okay, future modelers are going to want to know like what this looks like, so let's go ahead and take a photo of this. But yeah, so you have to kind of mix these with knowing that they've been sitting in a museum for a while, basically getting painted for, say, durability and long-term anti-rust kind of things, versus in the field, or originally they may have been painted slightly differently, or paint wouldn't have been on certain parts and so forth. So that's why it's good to have both a mixture of period and modern reference. And of course, when tanks are restored fully, like the recent Panther tanks that were restored, they tend to restore those back to not kind of museum standards, but more original standards. And again, all the way through here, we've got photos of the various versions of the M48 and through to the end. So looks like another nice work by David for the M48, and you can check it out. Probably make this available for a written review if somebody's interested in this, or the Gun Trucks books that I did just a bit earlier. So let me know if you're interested in doing a written review on these, if you're knowledgeable on the M48 Patton or something like that. That would be helpful. Unlike me, who is basically a noob when it comes to some of these, especially modern tanks. I'd like to thank Ampersand Publishing for providing us this sample so we could do this little preview for you, and we will see you next time on Turning the Page.